look today. One thing is after work. I did try filming this morning on my way to work, but since I was taking my son to school, the school's only literally 5 minutes away from my work, and so the 5 minutes was not long enough to film the video. And of course I was running late because I stopped for coffee this morning. He must have wanted coffee on Fridays. So anyway, and I woke up not feeling very well today, and that's why my face is kind of flushed, and I've had a headache all day long, kind of sinus headache. So that being said, I did not do the shred today. I was supposed to do day 6, but we'll go into that when I go into my week in review for week 31. So, to recap, as you all know, last week was a little bit of a struggle. I did really good food-wise and all that. The struggle came, but I still had a gain. The struggle came from some stress that I was dealing with that I let get to me, and I learned that my body does not like stress very well. So that's where the gain came from, I think. Or it could just been one of those things, you know, we all just gain and lose and that kind of thing. So, but my goals for this week. So I will go through them. What my goals were for last week, I should say. So my last week goals included staying positive and try to deal with any stress that comes my way, which I knew I'd have a lot of stress this week because of changes in my job. And so I kind of just researched some strategies and I implemented them, and I had a really good week. When it came to that, there was one day that it really got really stressful, really hard, but I just used those techniques, and I did some stretching, I did some getting up and moving around and walking around. Sorry about that. My phone only rings when I'm trying to do a video. So with the stress stuff, like I was saying, I just really paid attention to when I was having you know, those kind of panic, anxiety. That's what I was kind of getting. And I know it was just the situations that was going on. I could just feel, I don't know, it was just really getting to me. And I would just get up from my desk at work and I'd go outside, just get some fresh air. I did take 2 walks on that day. I think that was a Wednesday. And I did take 2 walks, which really helped me. And then, okay, so that's that goal, perfect. I did really good. And I just, you know, like I said, I started feeling that. So those, you know, kind of things really helped, the stretching. So thank you everyone for all your good advice on that, on what you do for stress. And I just kind of took everybody's and just kind of meshed it all together. So that goal, and then all my tracking, I did really good with everything. I'm doing the Step Into Tracking Challenge. So I won't really go into detail on a lot of that because Sunday my update video will be uploaded on Sunday. On Sunday my video will be uploaded to give you details of how Step Into Tracking went this week, but I'll just go through my other stuff. So exercise, I'm on level 3 of the shred. That started on Friday, so last Friday. And so I did days 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Today was supposed to be day 6. But I just was not feeling well when I got up this morning. I take Sundays off. I take Sundays and Thursdays off. So that's why it counts up to why today would have been day 6. But yeah, I just was not, I had this really bad headache. I was kind of dizzy. It's just all sinus stuff. So I decided it probably wouldn't be very good for me to exercise. So I didn't do that, and I'm still not feeling that great. I was going to do it later on today when I got home from work, but I'm still just, I don't know, I'm just kind of flushed, and so I'm hoping I'm not getting sick. But I think what I'll do, I got all my steps in today so far just from walking around the office because I had a lot of moving around stuff to do. And so I got all my steps in. But I think I'm going to, tomorrow will be day 6 with the shred, and if I'm feeling up to it, I might do another round of it in the evening, and that way I make up for my day. If not, I'll just make up for it another day. No big deal. I will get it done. And so by the time next Friday rolls around, I'll be next Friday will be my first day of Ripped in 30 days, I believe. No, I'm going to start that on Saturday. Okay, so we'll talk about that on next weigh-in video. And then my water, I hit my goal every day for water, so that was great. Let's talk about points. So I get 30 points a day. It was a really weird week. So normally I only use my weeklies Friday and Saturday, and that was my plan this week. Friday I used 41 points, and Saturday I used 35 points. So that was, you know, everything was on track. I used Sunday, I didn't use very many, and I typically don't, and I think it's because I do a lot of meal prepping and I'm in the kitchen a lot and I just not real hungry and I'm busy, and I tend to I'm doing more snacking, and I snack on like fruit and vegetables because I'm, you know, chopping them and stuff. And so I only had 23 points on Sunday, and then Monday and Tuesday I had 28 and 29, and then Wednesday and Thursday, I don't know, well, I know what happened one of the days. One of the days, Scooby-Doo fruit snacks happened, and it was Wednesday, the day that I kind of had that real stressful day, but it wasn't anything to do with that. It was just old habits. I was putting together a kit that we use for one of our meetings that they have children at, and we do childcare for it, and I just, you know, I had them all, and I was dumping them in a thing, and I was like, oh, I haven't had these in a long time. I just opened them and started eating them. Like, and then as I put the last one out, like, what are you doing? Why are you eating these? Yeah, like 4 or 5 points for those little suckers. And I thought, you know what? I can adjust my dinner, and, you know, but I already had eaten everything up until that point, because that was like at, I don't know, it was after lunchtime. And so I already had eaten breakfast and lunch. And I thought, you know what, I'm not going to worry about it. That's what weeklies are there for. I'm not going to sweat it. I'm just going to do it. So I ended up with 36 points on Wednesday. And then Thursday, what happened on Thursday? I ended up with 32, and I can't remember why the pointage. Oh, because I already had I had planned to drink one of my protein shakes, but I ate a protein bar instead. And also, I had pre-logged something else, and I don't know. Anyways, it has to do with my pre-logging, and then so I need to watch that. I like to pre-log so it's all in there, and I kind of have everything planned out, so I know what to plan kind of for lunch, because I try to plan my breakfast and dinners, and then that way I can figure out what to have for lunch, and I just screwed that up. So, sorry about my music. I didn't realize it was on. So my points, I used more weeklies this time than I ever have before. So I ended up using 23 out of 42 in my weeklies. And then fit points, I earned 79 this week. Last week I earned 73. So I don't eat those or anything. I'm just trying to keep track with this new, like the step into tracking. I'm kind of keeping track also of my fit points to see how those progress. I hit my step goal every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and I've hit it so far today. And Friday and Sunday, I did not hit it. And then, yeah, so everything's it was a good week, besides eating more food, eating more points, but it was a good week. So I know you're all waiting for the weigh-in part. So last week I weighed in at 201.4, which was a gain of 1.4. Right, it was a gain of 1.4. And this week I weighed in at, that's right, finally did it, 199.8. So I had a loss of 1.6 this week, and I hit that magic number. So I just want to kind of go over, for those of you, well, at first I want to thank everybody. Everybody has been rooting for me to get to this number, because this was my first Weight Watcher goal that I set for myself. And I know a lot of people, I mean, because this now is, I've lost 34.6 pounds on Weight Watchers, and I started it on the last week of February. So I know some people will be thinking, you know, well, a 34 pound goal is, you know, kind of a hefty, you know, a lot of people do it at 25 pounds, or they do 10% of their weight, or, you know, that kind of thing. Well, there's a reason why I did 199, and I've already, you know, told some people this, but just in case you're new or you forgot, I'll let you know why 199 is important to me. So, back when I first started losing weight, I got down to like 190. It was right around 199, 198, somewhere around there. And that's when but I did all these different diets. I mean, I did every diet there to get down to that point, and lost 80, you know, like 82 pounds or something. And then when I decided just to, I just stopped. I don't know why. I just stopped. And then I gained back, 35 pounds. And then I started counting calories and I lost weight, and then I regained it again. And then I started Weight Watchers. And so, to me, hitting 199 is kind of like now anything I lose from here on out, I feel like is a loss. I don't know. It makes sense in my head. I'm back to where I know I could be, and where, now I can go for it. And Weight Watchers has been great, and I really think this is the plan for me. I can tell this is what I want, this is what I can do forever, and I think this is what's going to help me get that push past this number this is the number that has been haunting me for so long, and so now I can beat it. So that is my plan. And so now, like I said, on Weight Watchers, is 34.6 pounds lost. Lifetime lost, I guess you call it, is like 80 pounds, right around 80 pounds. So I'm excited about that, and I just want to thank you all. And I'm sorry, this is kind of probably a long, rambly video, but I just wanted to, just share with you and get everything out there that I had on my mind. And goals for this week. The same thing. It's going to be a very, very stressful week next week, and I just want to be able to use those same, the same tactics and strategies that I used this last week, and I know I can do it, and I know that I beat it this last week, and so I can do it again. So that is my goal. It's another week of step into tracking. So all those goals apply. 10 cups of water, at least 8,000 steps a day. I have the shred I'm going to finish up, and then get pumped up for my next adventure into exercise, which is the Ripped in 30 Days, the other Jillian Michaels video that I have. So, and I've never done that one before, so it's completely brand new. So that's where I'm at this week, just my normal, and I just want to, hopefully I can lose another pound or two this next week. I'll be happy with any kind of loss. I don't want to see that 200 again. That's my number one goal this week, is to not hit that 200 again. So that is where I'm at. So I hope you all have a great weekend. I won't be doing, of course, what I ate this weekend. I'm just going to take clips of my food like I did the last couple weekends, and which I failed at today already. So anyway, and I have my usual videos. I have a really fun recipe this weekend that I'm gonna film, and it'll be up next week, and just all the usual stuff. So, and I will see you on Sunday for Subscriber Sunday, so we can talk about your weigh-ins and what your goals are for the week, and any challenges or successes you had this week. So I will talk to you all on Sunday, and talk to you later. Bye.